point, like regular, like boilerplate terms and conditions or guidelines that
Oh yeah.
all.
Yeah. There's give me 1 second, hold on. This is not working for some reason. I don't understand. Okay. But yeah, there is a like you give them your terms and conditions, right? So um and that's wait, why is this not working now? Take it up. Okay. Can you hear me?
Yes.
I can't hear you. Oh, jeez. I don't know what happened. My volume went away.
Because I guess the thing that's always like a topic for debate is you have
Okay,
to
wait. My volume's still gone. I can't hear you. It's like muted everything. Okay, there. Chicken, you found it. Figured it out. All right, go ahead. Sorry.
because the idea is if you're making fundraising or any type of solicitations, and you depends what your nonprofit does, but if you have actually material non-public information, but you disseminate it to like one particular potential donor or one particular sponsor, you have to kind of do
Okay,
it.
yeah. I kind of know what you mean. Like, okay, so like for like Birth Mom Buddies, when I'm doing that, I have to be careful of how we speak because we're HIPAA. It's a HIPAA violation, right? We can't share names, we can't share pictures. It's like makes for fundraising really difficult because you can't put people's faces on the website, and it just becomes harder, right? You can get permission, but a lot of them just don't. They're trying to find their kid, or there's just a lot of stuff happening. So we kind of shy away from doing any type of media and stuff like that. So when we're doing our fundraising, we have to explain that in our, like if we're doing an event, we have to explain that in the event coordinators that, hey, you guys can't take pictures. This isn't something for the media. If the media is invited, they have to have a certain area of where they can take pictures at, and like our women all stand behind like with their backs to the media cameras. Like it's so yeah, there's a whole thing on that. Is that what you mean?
Usually if
And
you
we put
say
that in our
something,
terms.
usually
Sorry.
the idea is to have like a dissemination plan, like an immediate market release dissemination plan that if you
Oh,
do in the course of a meeting say something that is not public yet or is material, the idea is to be able to immediately, simultaneously disseminate that to like a website somehow where the public can access it simultaneously without wasting too much time in between saying it and to the next time where you actually disseminate it to the public. If there's a gap that's sizable, namely, could be hours, could be days, well, it's all depending on what you actually disclose. But the rule of thumb is to have it immediately, like where you theoretically have like a button on your smartphone and you can just hit it and then you could have like a text of what you said
yeah,
disseminated
I don't know.
immediately. The perfect
I
world.
don't know. I don't have anything like that. I know that, and I know I should have something like that because I definitely share things, and then I'm like, shoot, that's not public yet. But I mean, I'm learning as I go. Maybe I'll learn the hard way through this one. But yeah, no, I don't have anything like that yet. So I don't know. We don't do that kind of like we don't have that kind of I guess presence yet. Kind of do. But yeah, like when I speak on stages for birth moms and I do like the adoption counseling and adoption coordination and post adoption services and speak to that group, there is a lot of things that I do probably say that I shouldn't because it's not public or it's like we're not doing it publicly. Is that what you mean? Kind of.
Well, I mean, anything that's that you aren't
We are
publicly
doing
addressing,
it, but we're not doing it publicly yet.
right?
Or like
And
we'll have
it's
partners that we haven't signed on all the way yet, and I'll say something and I'll be like, shoot.
especially if you don't have a confidentiality, like an NDA signed with anybody. Like if you go into a meeting without that, that's the whole point. Because if you have an NDA, then there's not much to worry about.
Okay, yeah, so we do that, especially for Birth Mom Buddies. I have NDAs and uh a whole bunch of stuff that actually they sign and we have a conversation about it. So that's good. At least I covered my butt there. I feel halfway covered now. Okay. All right, how many people do we have? Okay. Let's
Goodness.
was somebody asking a question? Sorry. Miss Wendy?
Oh no, I'm just trying to fix this little camera here. It keeps falling down. That's all. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. You're fine. I didn't know if you had a question or not. Okay, and then uh okay, so we're going to talk about fundraising and events and how to go about getting your nonprofit out in the real world to get actually real world donations. And I gotta tell you guys, donations don't come in the thousands often. They come in the $5, $10, $15, stuff like that. And if you can get, I mean, every now and then, yes, you will get a donor that gives 1,000, or like, you know, depending how you're working your donation thing. But I like, for me with Kitty Clippers, I just barely started asking for donations for that organization, and it's still, I get like, I'll get an influx of like stuff, or an influx of donations, but I won't get like, I won't be like, if I do Amazon wish list stuff, I won't get the things that we actually desperately need. Like, we needed litter the other day, and we got a bunch of food, which is great because we always need food, but like the litter was killing us, you know. So it's about how to start these partnerships with your donors, to where they will, like, they've now come to me now and said, hey, what do you actually need out of this list? And like, we need it all, but we really need cat food and litter right now, you know. It's like, so then they went out and got litter. But it's about how you can speak to your donors and build those relationships with donors, so that you have someone to call on when you're up against the wall and you don't have something for the people you're serving. And somebody you can go to time and time again. But if you only have one of those people, that's going to suck for them and they're going to stop giving to your organization. So you want to have a donor base that you can go to in time of need. And we're going to talk about how to build that with organizations around you, partners, and how to kind of go about fundraising with them as partners. Does anybody have an organization that does this already? How many people, can everybody put a 1 in the chat if you have a nonprofit? Nobody?
What was your question?
Put a 1 in the chat if you have a nonprofit. If you already have your nonprofit, or if you're thinking about having a nonprofit.
I'm thinking about it, but I don't have it right now. I
That's
did
fine.
work with one for a while, and then I want to do my own.
Do you mind me asking what do you want to do for yours?
Well, I'm teaching. I'm a transpersonal psychologist, and it's kind of like along the spiritual line. I'm also a minister, but I don't
Okay.
want to start a church. I want to start more of a helping people. I guess you would say, well, I teach meditation and helping
nice.
people move beyond the obstacles in their lives. So
I like that.
do I need to move
Like
beyond
trauma.
mine?
Yeah, like trauma, like people who have like trauma or like big issues, and like they just overcoming it and kind of getting back to life.
Well, I did that before. Not necessarily, well, it can be that too, but things that keep people, stumbling blocks, you know, that people have about all kinds of things, about getting into the world, learning new skills, kind of like you know, motivation, helping people with motivation, finding out where their motivation is, helping them build
That's
on
a
that.
huge one. That's huge. That's one of the biggest barriers I see when it comes to when it comes to my birth moms, is like they don't have the motivation to like just keep going with things, and it becomes they're debilitating for them, you know.
And I work with the subconscious a little bit, because that's where a lot of stuff, sometimes we don't even know where it comes from. You know, a lot of times it comes from our experience, our familial experiences, or from our you know, past or trauma that we've had, or just like not understanding life in general, like, you know, growing up with the not the wrong people. So yeah.
Who's shopping for shoes and has their camera on? I'm just saying.
I want a pair.
Right? Hey,
thank you.
What is that?
He's like, you're not paying attention to me.
You gotta get down then. You can oh my gosh. You can either get pet and get held like you wanted, or you can get down. Thank you.
I gotta get in.
Jeez,
I hiss at my cat.
I mean, it's like, gee, Louise, you just asked to come up here. You got up here, and then you want to smack me in the face?
Try hissing at him.
I do all the time. I think when they bite me really hard, I'll bite them back. I'm like, no, listen,
Yeah,
stop it.
I get that. Then
And
they
it,
stop,
it
don't
works.
they? They do
Yeah,
stop.
I don't actually bite them. I like grab my hands and make a bite, but like it's like I
Yeah.
bite them back. It's I'm like no, wouldn't put my mouth in my cat. But who knows where they've been? But yeah, that is it is it that's a really 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 good space to be in. I'm not sure. Do you want to do that as a nonprofit? Is that what the nonprofit would be about?
Me? Yes. Yes. I mean, it would be, it's a lot of it's still forming, finding words to talk about what it is, because it's also kind of spiritual. You
Yeah,
know, people, everybody has a spiritual side, and some people, even if they don't believe in God, everybody has a spiritual side somewhere.
yeah.
And
And right now
trying to
that's big. Right now that's big.
helping
But like
them
as you talk to
find that,
donors,
you know.
yeah, and as you talk to different donors and different entities, you'll change your language because that your just because it's your mental health and like your spiritual training and stuff like that that can be construed as life skills. You know that you can. It depends on how
Yeah.
you want to frame it for grant writing and stuff like that. But you can really that's education. That is interpersonal relationship building. You know, like you're building skills with what you're doing.
Yeah,
You're
and that's what transpersonal means. It really is. It's like your personal, or you know, who's you? What family did you? What religion did they believe in? What did
right.
you know? What's spiritual to them? Even if they don't have a spiritual, you know, some people grew up with no religious connection, or and a lot of people nowadays have grown up with a spiritual ideal, but not necessarily a secular belief system, which is
Yep.
sometimes,
Yep.
you
No,
know.
that's very true. Because like my family was very, very, very much uh divided. My dad was very Catholic, my mom was religious science, and I grew up in and I just was in the choir, you know? I didn't
Yeah,
care about
yeah,
I just happy to sing in the choir.
yeah, yeah, that's the
So
best part.
yeah. And so it was like so I mean it was very interesting. But yeah, I mean I came from all kinds of different my mom jumped religions a couple times and it was just interesting. But like but she never forced us to believe like anything specific. So we grew up with she was a practitioner. So she did a lot of meditation and she'd wake up at like 4 in the morning. Now I wake up at 4 in the morning to do my prayers and all my stuff. So it's interesting because it really did have an effect on us. But yeah, that's a very good nonprofit. I like that.
Yeah.
Who would be your audience? Like who would be your people you serve?
Um,
And it's a lifetime of work to that.
Anybody who is interested in improving their and being in touch with, I would say, their true self, and their spiritual side, and their true self, and improving on that and overcoming obstacles. So it could be just about anybody. I mean, 18 or over. I do have younger students, but you know, that's with their parents' permission, so it's mostly adults.
Yeah. Okay. I like that. I like that. Well, when you get ready, I mean, this is the thing I had to say to everybody who's thinking about doing their nonprofit is don't think about it for so long that it stops being a thing that you want to do and it's just a thing that you think about.
You just
Action
have to
is
get the words real clear and get some specifics in there, you know,
yeah. Yeah, but I mean
in different.
ChatGPT can help you with that. It's really
Yeah,
good at that.
I'm familiar with Chat GPT, and I've got
Can
a
you talk
couple
to
of
it?
other AI things, and I've been learning more and more. I haven't done what the other girl over there did with the humanities, but that sounds interesting to me also.
Yeah.
So
I mean, it's really good. Like, and you can like, I have my grant writing bots. I have all these different things that I've created for like project management, stuff like that. But you can take that and like run your ideas through like an idea validator and be able to kind of flesh out what exactly you want to do, what would actually make funds for you, you know, because at the end of the day, don't create anything that doesn't generate a revenue. And it's okay to generate revenue as a nonprofit. That's what the point. You have to sustain yourself somehow. So that is
yeah,
the biggest issue. I make sure that is happening at all times because that
yeah,
way you can sustain
and
yourself without anybody else's help.
yeah, I was helping with getting donations for a nonprofit for a while, and then their group kind of they didn't really follow. They had a hard time with Robert's rules, you know, ethics in their meetings and stuff. And one person was trying to be more controlling, and they split up because of the lack
Oh.
of communication. And that was one of my things. And I tried, but I wasn't on, I was a low man on the totem pole, even though I had the knowledge of how to make a good meeting happen.
Plus these people.
It wasn't acceptable, so I didn't do it, or couldn't get in anyway.
Well, I mean, at least you were able to recognize that sucks for them. That's not
I have
good.
training in that stuff, you know.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm
that's
kind of
cool.
rusty now because I'm old, but you know, I can still use my gift, and I've got a lot of oomph, so I'm still raring to go and do all these things.
Well, that's awesome. I like that. I like that. Okay, so during your fundraising time, did you, when you were fundraising, did you reach out to other organizations in your area and partner with them to do a bit larger fundraiser?
Yeah, different places. I mean, some people gave me the, you know, the door,
Yeah,
but you just have to not be afraid to, the sky's the limit. I mean, we had, you know, I saw some shoes. We had a shoe people, you know, they donated. We had we had grocery stores that donated both food and money. We didn't really do food that much, but we did, you know, take it to the pantry. Um, uh, oh, you know, like health food stores, um, and different women's organizations,
yep,
uh, the women's business organizations. They donated. I mean, not directly from their thing, but the people, some of the people
right,
that were there, that were in
right. And
charge.
it became donors, like that you have individual
Yeah,
donors instead of organizational
and
donors.
other corporations that, like, one of our partners uh, had a stress relieving meditation group in a big company, and I don't remember what the name of the company was, but you know, they had this program for people who work there to eliminate stress, and and the company donated money. So, you know, you get the little guys, and then you keep building, and you find more corporations of people who like what
Yep.
you have. You create a good package for them, and they in turn like what you do. And you you have to walk your talk, though. You've got to produce,
Yep.
you know.
That is
So
the number
you've
one
got to
thing.
be good at what
Don't
you
say stuff you're
do
not going to
and
do.
have
Yep.
good meetings and not fight with people. And the focus is really on other people, on their wellness. And if you don't have wellness in yourself, then you're going to have some problems. Because if
Yeah.
you're trying to,
So true.
you know, the big egos try to take over, and that doesn't work. So that's something we have to watch out for.
Yeah, that's so true.
You need big
Um,
egos, but you need the big egos pointed in the right direction.
Yes, the thing is, if you know how to harness people and harness what their strong suits are, that's always it's always
Yeah.
a good thing.
And I
Wendy,
think that was their failure. There was a lot of people with terribly wonderful, I say terribly wonderful, but wonderful talent. But you know, there was no
they have to want to do
direction.
it. Yeah, and they have to want to
Yeah,
do it too, because like they may have that talent, but they have no interest in actually
yeah,
using it for that.
yeah.
Okay, so there
And
was
you know
somebody
what
on the chat.
motivates us is very individual.
It
So
is, it
it's
is. And if it doesn't speak to you, it doesn't speak to you. She says hi back. This is the one that got left by the neighbors. I'm talking to
yeah.
Penny in the chat, sorry. I don't have I think her name is gonna be Sadie. But yeah, there was somebody in the chat that said wanting to do foster kids. Melissa, I'm sorry, I have you on mute. Are you shopping for shoes right now, Melissa?
It's probably a word. I'm gonna close off now. Let you talk.
Oh no, you're fine. You're fine. You can be on camera. Okay. She's not listening to us. but whatever. Oh, happy birthday to Charity. Is she in here? That's okay. Okay. But yeah, so there is a science almost to getting donations, and it's not about, everybody's always like it's a psychological thing about giving. It's really not. It is about touching people and having your communication skills reach people that it matters to. So it's knowing your audience and being able to communicate what you need, who you are willing to partner with, and how that could benefit them and you at the same time. Because a lot of people just don't understand that. Like, why would we partner? We're trying to get our own donations. But if you guys are going in a certain way, there is a way to partner and get donations together. Can you get down, baby? No, it's nothing. She's like, I can't get down, I can get back up. So like that is what I wanted to talk about today.
Good.
I'm surrounded. Okay. I just look behind me, there's like six cats back there. They're like, we want our turn. Okay, so I have two things I want to share. I have this, so PR is number one, how you're going to find have donors find you that don't know about you, people who have no clue what you're doing with your life, don't even know your name. That the best way to do that is by doing white papers. And look, you're not looking for donations in those. You're just getting your name out there. If people don't know who you are, they know that you exist, they're not going to fund you or donate to you. So that is my number one thing. If with Giving Tuesday come, everybody should be doing white papers and publications talking about what they do.
That's what I
pretty
need
much.
to.
What?
That's
What'd
what
you say?
I want to. I want to
Okay.
learn that.
So I
I'm
have
gonna
a
shut
whole.
my microphone off and let you talk. Thank you.
You're fine. Okay, I have a whole thing on that though. So we have no, I didn't build it out from down. Oh, that sucks. Okay, so we can talk about PR, or we can talk about or we can talk about how to use PR. Like, well, I guess it'll be a two-step process. We'll do both. So the PR is getting it gives you credibility. It gives you the public's notice, right? Of being able to drive traffic to your website, to your organization. And people don't know how to reach out and say, hey, this is what we do. We'd like it, we want to publish an article with you or whatever to journalists. And journalists get a million pitches a day. They don't really care anymore at this point about like smaller organizations, unless they're doing something crazy or good, and you just have to know how to position yourself, right? So understanding what makes your story newsworthy is key, and what makes and how to frame it so that they take notice and want to publish you or write about you. So stop it. Journalists care about like timelessness. Is it relevant now? What you're doing how is it relevant now? They want impact. So you have like, does it affect a large group of people? Novelty. They want to know. Well, I'm moving this over here. They want to know like if it's surprising or unusual. And is it relevant? Like, is it tied to the current trend or a certain conversation in the media now that is going on, right? And then credibility. Are you an actual reliable source for this? So that's what they care about. Before pitching anybody anything, your best bet is to say something like, look at your story or look at whatever you've written and or wanting to pitch, and just, would you read this if you weren't involved in it? Or would you even care about it if you weren't involved in it? And that's the kind of the key. So building a strategic media list is also very, very key. So you want to start small and smart. Go and identify journalists who have covered similar topics, like your organizations. You want to use tools. You want to use tools like here. I'll give you actually some links because that's important.
All right. See y'all Thursday. Next.
Sorry. Let me just give you the links to these because I didn't want to. Switch over here. Thank you. Okay. Right, so we have Muck Rack, which is this one right here.
What's with this?
Wendy, I'm gonna mute everybody except me right now. Okay. Okay. All right, so you have Muck Rack, which is I'm not typing, okay. Okay. All right, so you have tools like Muck Rack, and then you have Prowly. I'm going to put all the links in there for you. And they do listings every morning about what journalists are looking for and what they need. So that's a big deal. What is it, Prowly? Like they do an AM and a PM search for stories. And you shouldn't have to pay for either one of these, just FYI. If they ask you to pay, then I'm giving you the wrong link. I'm sorry. Okay, and then this one for yeah, you can also do like Twitter, like you can answer journalists on Twitter. A lot of journalists will put hey, does anybody know about this subject or whatever on Twitter? Like let me show you, I can show you a listing of like how my cards looks like. So every morning and afternoon I get these. Let me share my screen. And you just go and answer them. And this is gonna give your organization the visibility that it needs. Share my screen. My friend, you guys, for those of you who've been in this class for a long time, remember Raquel, right? She's the one who gave me this information. How my screen switch around? It's so weird. All right, so you guys can shape through this. So every morning I get these. So I get this one. This is like the queries in the morning. So it gives you a list. Can you guys all see this? Okay, so you get like this is for business and finance. It's they're looking for experts in discovering ChatGPT. Please, then you have entertainment, Asian Christmas movie feels, Northwest Asian Weekly, and then seeking forensic psychologists, professionals, educators, a master's degree in the field. You have a whole like slew of things. And like just the other day, there was this one that I get these every morning and every night. So there's like all these things, right? Some of the stuff you may not have any clue about, but some of the stuff you may. Like there was a nonprofit one the other day that I was like, oh shoot, that's me. I can do this one. And I applied for that one. And then you just type up what you want to tell them, but it's really, really cool. So they pay for this and you don't pay for this list every morning. So sign up for this. And you can get like looking for women scientists. Here's a minimum net worth considered upper class. There's like sometimes there's like drinking ones like for alcohol, like alcoholic beverages for the holidays. Like there's just all kinds of different stuff. So use this to your advantage. It is actually there's like here's a Black Friday one. Seeking chefs and food safety experts. Like there's tons of stuff here. So there's if no matter what you have going on, there's something here should be able to speak to you, right? So you are you want to start small and smart with your actual list that you're creating. You then want to identify journalists who have covered like similar topics, like we went over, and then use this kind of thing to get your name brand out there. Your brand is important, even though you are a nonprofit or an organization or working with a nonprofit. Your branding for that is important to make sure that you guys are all coming together using the same tone, same pictures, same logos, and all that stuff, same colors. Include your name, your outlet, or their outlet, the beat, email, past articles, and notes, and create a small list, like 4 to 5, if that, of people that you want to like really get to know and start working with. Organize it in tiers. Tier 1 is high level, high relevance targets. It's custom pitch. Tier 2 is niche publications and local media, semi-custom. And then you have a tier 3, which is the master blog outlines, press releases. And that's really where your first couple lands will be with the press releases and stuff like that. So you're crafting an effective pitch. We can go over this a little bit more later, but we're just kind of going over how to do this now. Like basic structures. So you're gonna have like your subject line, an opening. Yeah, it's gonna be a hook or relevance to their beat, whatever they write about. And then story angle, why it matters now, and then your role, why you're the right source for like why you're the right person to tell them. And then the call to action, which is the offer to connect, interview, or send in more information. And that has worked. I have 6 media opportunities right now from doing this plan. So here's some pitch templates I can give you guys and put it on my Google Doc. Is anybody interested in this?
I don't know.
Yes. Very
Change
much.
it. No, I don't want that. I want this move over. Move over. Thank you. Here. And then does anybody know if nobody had a nonprofit in here, right? So nobody's worried about the year-end reports right now? I am. I'm terrified about year-end reports right now. All right, so then you can pretty much personalization tips is like just reference a recent article that by the journalist. That way they know that you're not just something coming out of the blue. You've actually done some research. Relate to their beat or their audience. Make sure whatever you're pitching is relatable to those people that they serve. That's who they really care about. And then don't mass blast generic emails. Do not do that. That never works. If it does work, it's very low on the totem pole of content that you really want out there. Never pitch irrelevant topics. It burns trust. So like if they're working on family stuff and you're talking about pets, unless it relates back to family, they don't care, and they don't want to hear about it. And like then they'll stop listening to you and stop trying to take your phone calls, all of the things. So your follow-up etiquette is going to be like wait 2 or 3 days before you following up. Don't call them the same day. Keep it short and polite. Hey, just wanted to float this to the top of your inbox in case it was of interest, like happy to provide anything else you need, or hey, I would like to, if you want to talk more about this, just let us know. Anything like that. Your follow-up should only be just a sentence or 2. It should not go any further than that. It shouldn't go into detail. Just be very short and sweet. They have a lot of things to do and they're dealing with a lot of different pitches, and you don't want to be a nuisance. You want to be an asset. Then you can also track your pitch, right? Use a simple spreadsheet, or if you have a CRM, you want to have the journalist, the outlet, the date you pitch them. You want to have the status, whether it's it's been opened, responded, passed, covered, or you got the thing. So then you put your little notes, if they said, hey, not now, but try us again near Christmas or something like that, or hey, try us again in summer. That's something that you need to make note of. And then so that way that helps, that'll help you improve your timing, your angles, and personalization over time as you go. So is there anybody in here who is in the media that would that has any input on this? That'd be fun. Oh, okay. Just checking. Thought I'd ask. Okay, focus on a relationship building as well. What did you say? You? Why do I keep hearing stuff? Everybody's muted, but I keep hearing it. Okay, whatever. So focus on relationship building. Share their articles on social media. Comment genuinely on their posts. Thank them even if they pass, and become a trusted source. Not just a pitching organization, right? Yes.
Why
What?
you whining? Why you whining?
What the heck is going? Okay, there you go. I like you couldn't mute her. Okay. Okay. So yeah, so that's kind of where we're at. We're become if you're just a trusted source, then you're not just pitching them anything, right? They're gonna start listening more. You have a media outreach checklist. And once you get your small list together, I would make a checklist saying simply like, is look at whatever you're sending them, make sure it's newsworthy and timely. And you're sending it to journalists that actually cover that subject. Personalized subject line and intro, so make sure that that's on point. And then a clear call to action, like, are you asking for an interview, like a demo, a quote, or you want to get published? Like, what is it that you're asking for? And then follow up scheduled, and then add notes to your media tracker. And once that checklist is done, you're good to send. So, maybe have any questions about that part? Nobody has a hand raised. Okay, let's stop sharing. Okay. All right. Does anybody have any questions about this at all?
Not yet. A lot goes into it.
Huh?
A lot goes into it. Where can I find that list of stuff?
I put it in the Google Doc, I think.
On
No,
what?
actually, you know, I'll just make it in the Google Doc one.
Where did you put it? I didn't catch
In
that.
the chat.
Oh, okay.
No, because you're not asking for money, you're just asking to get seen. Don't jump up here. You know you're not allowed on the desk. Listen. So David asked, should you be specific with a dollar amount that you need? No, because you're not asking journalists to post that. You're asking them to just get you seen and become a thought leader and get your organization out there so that it people who don't know you can find you. And see that what you're doing. If they agree with what you're doing, for all you know, somebody, you know, that has tons of money could be like reading the article and be like, oh shoot, that's what they're doing. That's awesome. Then look into you, see that you're actually really doing the work, and then that's how visibility builds. So we're not doing this to get donations per se. In a long roundabout way, yes, we are. But in the beginning, if you're just putting yourself out there so that you can get seen, it's a visibility thing. Okay, you can't say that. I'm sorry. Okay, well, fine. Let me just I'll put this together real fast and you put it. We have a few minutes. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
David, did you see the message I left you? I'll go and take this with them. Hi, baby. Yeah. Okay. Here, sweetie. Let's get some money. Okay. It's in the Google Doc that's in the chat. Do you see it? Okay, so you have to get down there. We can't do this. Can't be all crazy on the left. It's like I want to be on the desk, I don't want to be on your lap. Okay. Alright, let's see. We disable the waiting room. Benny, she's still trying to get in. Like, I don't see her anywhere. Okay, sorry. All right. But yeah, so you guys got that right? Out of the chat. Miss Ford, how are you doing? Are you trying to say something? Because I saw you talking, but I'm not sure if you knew you're muted. Okay. All right. So pretty much that is all I have for this. We are going to continue on the subject. We have my meeting coming up at 6:30. Oh, okay. Who's that? Our meeting's coming up at 6:30. It's 6:08 now, so we are gonna take a break and then come back for that. Does anybody have any specific requests that we need to talk about or go over?
Megan, I was fine. I was just saying yes when you asked, did
Oh, okay,
we
I was
get the
like,
Google Doc? And I was
okay.
opening it up.
I was like looking at it, I'm like, it looks like she's trying to say something. I was like, oh no. So, okay,
Yes.
that's good.
Yeah,
Thank you. I appreciate that.
I just want to
but
know.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm sorry. I just want to know about it, how we can raise money to have foster children.
Okay, do you want to have a foster like kid house, or are you having like a like just one or two? Because
Well,
there's tons
see,
of
I live in Mobile, Alabama, and they say there's
there's
an
not tons of
abundance.
places actually.
It's
There may
what?
not, there may not be tons of places. Let me double check that before I tell you that.
Yeah.
Because usually there's like tons of money at like the human health and human services, social services, all that. There's a lot of money there in those types of areas that will provide funds for that.
Yeah, right. That's what I'm looking for. I talked to a police officer last year, and he says, God, please. He said, if you could get a foster home, that would be great. He was telling me, he was like, it's awful here. You wouldn't believe what they go through. And I saw one kid, and he was a boy. He was only like maybe 12, maybe 11, 10. And a woman was with him, and she didn't act like a foster parent or anything. And he had a Alabama food stamp card, and she was behind him, and he wouldn't know what to say to me. And I was like, why can't this one just help the kid? It was weird. I don't know. I felt like it.
All right, putting stuff in the chat for you. Hold on. Okay, also donation persistence, how much is foster care plan? Guidelines.
Okay.
And then we have the foster care guidelines here and how to do it for your state. You need foster parenting licensing requirements. Do you need that stuff?
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Okay.
yeah. I just told them that I wanted to be a foster parent, and they were like, "Oh, can you just give us say once you get a place, um, you can have them." I was like, "That easy?" It was like, "We just check your home to make sure it's fine." I was like, "Okay," but I was a foster kid. I wasn't gonna be a foster kid. My parents had money, but I didn't know what to do. My dad he listened to me, and I told on him, and I'm serious, but they told me I was lying. It was bad. It was really bad. But anyways, um, the foster I didn't like the foster care system, and what I noticed there is my mom sent money, and then to me, The woman got the check. She took us to Kmart. I said, well, where do we come to Kmart for? Oh, I'm gonna get y'all's school clothes for these. I was like, okay. I said, well, my mom sent money for me to have my clothes, and she's, well, every bit of money that comes to the house should be shared. And I didn't think that was fair. And I don't think the kids, I don't think enough money goes to the kids. I think the foster parents get enough money that the kids don't get to see any of their own money. And what I want to do for each foster child, and I want to have Down syndrome, and I want them to be in sports. I grew up in sports. I was only in foster care for like a year, but the time that I was there it meant the most to me to be a foster parent. Now I was adopted, so it doesn't matter to me what they look like.
Right. Well, I mean, I like the mission. I just think I would flesh that out a little bit more just because of the I believe that the funds that go to foster parents is not substantial enough to be a to be to be to make that happen where like, and if you get money you can, you know what I'm saying, like I don't know, but I'm not sure about that. You need to do some research on that. I'm going to send my bot on it real fast, and we'll see if you're going to come back to the next class. I'll have some answers for you.
Okay.
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 So yes. Cause like I know like statistically wise, like for adoption, they like birth parents or adoptive parents, they get subsidies, but it's not until the end of the year it's taxes. They get you know, benefits for the kids, but they don't really receive the benefits. And so they don't just get money, you know, for it. So I know that foster care is different a little bit, but not crazy, not too much different. So I'm just gonna just double check. Okay. But yeah, we're going to break now, and then I will see you guys back in 15 minutes.
Okay.
Okay? All right, you guys
Okay.
have a good night.